High school football is on the air. HavenFootball.net is pleased to present tonight's Strath Haven football game. Tonight's game is between your Strath Haven Panthers and the Radnor Raptors.
They give to the near side. Ali with a head of steam, cuts it back. The one man to beat. Oh, nearly does. But out across the 50. It is Rogers steps up, fires to the far sideline. It is intercepted by Grayson LaFrance.
Tonight's game is sponsored by the Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper, true local coverage of Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding neighborhoods. Published since 1893. Steve Taub's Allstate Insurance and Media. Auto, Home, and Life. You're in good hands with Allstate. Second Family Home Care and Support for your very special loved ones. Rose Tree Wellness Center. Complete chiropractic treatments featuring ART therapies in media. We get to the root of the problem. Ducklings Early Learning Center in Wallingford. Daycare for ages 6 weeks to 5 years. Jessica Mudrick, a Caldwell Banker Realtor, where your home story begins. Scarpagnato Plumbing, over 20 years experience for all your plumbing needs in Wallingford. Proud Haven supporters Mary and Larry Luter, go Haven! Ask, alumni and friends supporting kids, helping students K through 12 to enhance their educational experience. AMF Auto Clinic, taking care of your cars since 1961. Located in Brookhaven on Edgemont Avenue. Fisher's finest flag football for boys and girls. America's fastest growing youth sport. The Wharton Benefits Group, specializing in creating employee benefit packages to attract, retain, and award the best employees. Here are tonight's internet announcers, the voices of the Strath Haven Panthers, Brian Carroll, Pete Fulgenetti, Andrew Kaufman, and Mike Mayer.
1 year ago today, we had a pair of Central League foes who walked into Week 4 with 3-0 records. It happened to be Radnor and Strath Haven, both on an early season winning streak, and both ready to make some noise for the rest of the way and lead into the District 1 playoffs. That night, Strath Haven got the best of the Raptors. 35-0 was the final, making it the third year in a row that they won convincingly with a running clock. Tonight, both teams arrive in similar fashion. After a Week 1 loss to Chichester, Radnor has posted back-to-back shutouts and comes in with a whole bunch of confidence on their home field tonight to take on the undefeated Panthers, who posted back-to-back shutouts of their own. So here we are on yet another beautiful Friday night in the Delaware Valley with the Panthers and Raptors ready to rock and roll on HavenFootball.net. Good evening, everybody. Brian Carroll ready to bring you play-by-play here on a gorgeous night for football, and we seem to be saying that every week this year, and we're happy to have some room here in the broadcast booth at Radnor High School and ready to have some fun football, really, from two teams whose defenses have been fantastic for the last 14 days. So we'll see if the Panthers can stretch their win streak to 4. Radnor trying to make it a 3-game win streak after a first week stumble at Chichester, but it's been fun watching the Raptors build some confidence under first-year head coach Drew Devitt, who was on staff a year ago and is now in charge of the program with help from several assistants, including former head coach Tom Ryan. And again, glad to be back here at Radnor. So thanks to Mike Friel and the athletic department for giving us room here in the press box on the visiting side here tonight. Pete Fulgenetti joining me as always. And Pete, boy, the Panthers over the last couple weeks have really turned up the heat defensively.
They have turned it up defensively, Brian. They played excellent defense. I think last week we didn't allow our opponents past the 30-yard line. I mean, it was really well played. But what I really enjoy is the four or five even running backs that we have, because the pattern has been we wear teams down by the third quarter, and by the fourth quarter, it's just about over. So we'll see if we can do the same thing tonight. It's a warm night, so it might take its toll by the fourth quarter.
Strath Haven comes in allowing only one touchdown on the season. It came very late in the interborough game in Week 1 when many of the starters had shut it down for the evening with a big lead. But 2 shutouts in the weeks since, and last week against Upper Darby, a 21-0 win that aside from a couple of missed opportunities with some turnovers, a score that could have been worse. But again, the defense very impressive by holding Upper Darby to less than 150 yards of offense on the evening. Never once did they get inside the 30-yard line, and that game felt like it was in hand really for much of the evening. Strath Haven, first road game tonight, so it'll be a little bit of a difference and maybe a bit of a test as they're not on the home side for a change. But here they are coming out of the visitors' locker room here at Radnor in their road whites for the first time this season, with the silver helmets, black numerals, and black pants over to our left. So thanks again to Dean Michelson and Mike Clancy on the cameras tonight, and of course Andrew Kaufman doing a bang-up job here with the engineering, and we'll have stats posted later on this weekend. We will also welcome Mike Mayer back sometime this weekend once we figure out what time zone he's in, coming back from a vacation in Europe. So safe travels, Mike. We expect him stateside sometime tomorrow, and he'll be welcomed back with open arms in getting some of the website things back in his hands as well. So in the meantime, we wait for the Radnor Raptors entrance as well over on the far side. We will try to keep you posted on games from around District 1, some Central League games of note tonight. Pencrest and Springfield. Just soon after, a few minutes after we went off the air last week, a big victory for Pencrest as they knocked off Haverford a week ago, 20-13. Haverford scoring late in that game to make it a one-score contest. But, Pencrest, a shutout loss to Strath Haven in week 2, and boy, did they bounce back against a Haverford team that Strath Haven will see next Friday night that many expect will still challenge for the Central League title this year. So that was a big one last week, and now Pencrest still in the gauntlet here with a tough Springfield squad. So that's 3 games in a row for Pencrest where you go Strath Haven, Springfield, Haverford, 3 weeks in a row for the Lions. There is no easy task there.
You know what I'll be interested in to see, Brian, tonight? If if Matt Steyer can do what he did last week. He put 3 of the kickoff balls into the end zone. And when you're putting your opponents at the 20 to start their series, it's such an advantage. And the weather tonight is calm and warm, the kind of night where a ball will travel good. I expect at least 2 touchbacks. Let's see if I'm right.
All right. Luke Riley, 6'4", 210, who can stand there and sling it with the best of him in the Central League. And he has an all-league target on the outside, whereas number 1, Mikey Enright, 6'1", 180-pound senior, who will they'll try to find ways to get him the ball and get it to him in motion. So you may see some jet sweeps, some screens in the flat. You may see a shot downfield or 2. But Riley has a number of good receivers, and Strath Haven will be tested in the secondary tonight for sure, and the Panthers will look to get the pass rush and get Riley off his spot. So with that, we have a few minutes till kickoff here. We're going to take a short time. Actually, you know what? We're right here as the Panthers will make their entrance. There we go. We got the 12th man all set up. The band is here. Dean Michelson on the camera following the Panthers on their way in to the field here at Radnor. And first time we're seeing the road whites. Head coach Kevin Clancy, 370 career wins, 303 of them at Strath Haven. He is Delaware County's all-time wins leader and 6th all-time in the state of Pennsylvania as far as career coaching wins. It's been a lot of fun now for Coach Clancy in his 35th season here at Strath Haven. On the other side, we mentioned Drew Devitt, first-year head man over at Radnor. We'll await the Raptors, who are in their black uniforms tonight. They have youth night here for the cheer squad, as you see a number of cheerleaders over on the far side of the field, the east end zone. Let's see if we can get a shot of that as the Raptors make their entrance momentarily. But with that in mind, why don't we take a short time out? Be back here, a few words from our terrific sponsors. Thank you for joining us live or on the archive. We'll be back in a moment on havenfootball.net.
Benefits Group specializes in creating employee benefit packages which can maximize your company's ability to attract, retain, and award the best employees. We develop a strategy for your business to attract high-quality team members. It is critical to have benefits that are competitive in the marketplace. We develop a benefits package and retirement plan that helps you implement a complete benefit program and retirement solution. We help you implement a successful strategy that rewards your employees for their hard-earned time. Empower your employees with a comprehensive benefits solution from the Wharton Benefits Group. Call them at 484-328-3590.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, and you're listening to high school football right here at Haven Football.
Do you have slow-running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpignatoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
Nagging soft tissue injury, chronic joint pain? Give Rose Tree Wellness Center a call and see Dr. Tom O'Brien for a complete diagnosis and treatment. Dr. O'Brien specializes in active release techniques, ART. ART can deal with many issues, including chronic shoulder, knee, and ankle pain. Rose Tree Wellness Center also offers a complete series of massage therapy as well as general chiropractic care. Don't spend another day in pain. Call 610-789-5555 and make an appointment today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on HavenFootball.com.
Welcome back to Radnor High School. Strath Haven and Radnor moments away from kickoff here as the captains meet at midfield. For Strath Haven, wearing number 15, quarterback and linebacker Luke Mulhern. 35 is your fullback Ryan Mudrick. 17, strong safety Quinn Kell. And two-way lineman wearing 56 is Nick Faribault. For Radnor, pair of two-way linemen, 62 is Ryder Freeman and 52 Jake McDonald. Mikey Enright, we mentioned him earlier. He's a wide receiver and also doubles at free safety. He wears number 1, and number 16 is quarterback Luke Riley. So, Strath Haven will be moving right to left as we start things here in the first quarter. But again, looking for a lot of fun here, Pete. This should be a test for both defenses here that may be a little bit different than last week.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see the pass defense for the Panthers. They're going to be challenged tonight with Radnor.
All right, we'll keep it right here for the Radnor High School band's rendition of the national anthem. There's your Radnor High School marching unit with the Star Spangled Banner, so many thanks to them for getting the night started here. Speaking of getting it started, sophomore kicker wearing number 47, Matt Steyer, has his tee and the ball in hand, ready to get things going from the 40-yard line. Radnor will receive and move left to right here as we start this first quarter. And Panther special teams unit, we mentioned Steyer's been a weapon just booting it into the end zone multiple times over this season, but the coverage units have been fantastic as well. In fact, last week, 3 touchbacks and then the one returnable kick. The Panthers actually made the tackle back near the 10-yard line. So, again, they actually gained some field position when the ball was actually in play and fielded. But looking to turn those tables for a pair of good returners back there for the Raptors. Number one, closest to us at the 5-yard line is Mikey Enright, and opposite him at the 5 stands senior number 8, Kyle Tomczak. You'll see him at running back from time to time tonight as well. All right, Steyer has it teed near hash mark, hand in the air, and we're ready to go. Steyer approaches, line drive kick. It'll be over the head of Enright and fielded at the 2-yard line. Enright's going to come out with it, looks for room, has a seam, and up the 30-yard line before he's slung down by Casey Hudson. Best return against the Panthers all season, and a good starting spot here for the Raptors thanks to Enright. All right, Radnor offense tonight looks like this. Luke Riley's your quarterback. Kyle Tomczak is your running back. Wide receivers are Enright, Ryan Chess, and Hendrick Blyan. Tight end / H-back is Chris Duncan. Senior center is Ryder Freeman. Tyler Rath and Blake Tidmarsh are your guards. Tackles are Jake McDonald and Mike Muntean. We'll get to the Panther defense momentarily. Raptors begin with 3 wide receivers, and the H-back at the bottom of your screen, or near the bottom of your screen, number 11, Chris Duncan. On first down, they throw the quick hitch to this near side. This is complete to Chess. Chess with a gain of maybe 5 or so, and good start there. Easy throw there for Riley to get things started. For the Panthers up front defensively, you've got Landon Barlow, Zach Milligan, Paul Oblek, and Nick Faribaugh. We may see Jackson Miller in there as well. Linebackers Cole Haley, Pat Burke, and Luke Mulhern. All 3 had a monster game a week ago. Grayson LaFrance and Jalen Starr are your corners. Casey Hudson and Quinn Kell are the safeties. Second down and about 4. Tomczak is your tailback. They fake it to him, dump it to the flat, and this is Enright with first down yardage. Into the secondary he goes, and into Strath Haven territory to the 49-yard line. Nice gain right there. It'll be 1st and 10 for Radnor as Enright picks up a bunch.
Right there, Brian, you can see Radnor's strategy. They're going to keep throwing the ball. It's a great attack. You got to stop that. You got to open up and stop that.
They will complete some passes tonight. I have no doubt of that. It's how well can the Panthers tackle, and can they get a pass rush to maybe get Riley off his spot. From the 49, first down. Give inside is to Tomczak. He has running room up the middle. He has first down yardage. Give the 5'5 senior a gain of 11. And the Panther defense giving a little more than they have recently. So we'll keep the clock running here for Radnor and keep the offense moving as well. 10:30 to go here in quarter number 1. Started with a good kick return, and now they're on the move at the Panther 37-yard line. Tomczak in the backfield. Splits to either side, slot to the right as well. Tomczak one more time, bounces to the right, and he is pushing his way for maybe 5 more. Down to about the 31 or so. Give him 6 and 2nd and 4 coming. Panthers bend but don't break. That's been kind of a theme in the last couple weeks, Pete, where the opening drive.
The opening drives have been their weakness. Once they tighten it up and they kind of settle in, they've been holding their opponents. But every opening drive, they've been giving up yards. Let's see if they can stop them here.
Enright split to the near side. Hendrick Blyan in the slot. They shift. The H-back Duncan over to the left. And they give it to Tomczak one more time. Not much doing this time. Cole Haley got his hands on him quickly, and in fact, he'll lose a yard. Zach Milligan in to help as well, and it turns to 3rd and about 5. Probably 4-down territory here for Radnor as long as the ball goes forward here, with the clock continuing to tick. 9:18 and counting to play here in the opening quarter. Panthers need another stop or 2 here. Duncan wing to the far side. Tomczak still in the backfield, Riley in the gun. On 3rd and 5, looking in the near side, fires the slant. It is caught. Good tackle by Cole Haley, but I think it's enough for a first down. Hendrick Blyan Leans out to his left, hauls it in, and that will move the sticks. Needed 5, got 5.
Great pass right on the button. Cole Haley was right there to make the stop, but you couldn't do any better than that. Good pass, good stop.
1st and 10 from the Panther 27-yard line. Radnor on the move here. End right to the far side. Chest at the bottom of your screen to the near side. Blyan again. Slot left. 3 different pass catchers tonight so far for Riley, who's 3 of 3 for 20 yards on this drive. Give inside is to Tomczak. Landon Barlow says no. They're going to lose a couple on that one. Barlow got in there in a hurry, and Tomczak goes backwards on 1st down. Barlow, a busy man over the last couple weeks on offense and defensively. A couple of tackles and a hurry last week against Upper Darby. Good start there for the 180-pound junior. 2nd and 12. Nice feature here at Radnor with the play clock. Very prominent in each end zone. The quarterbacks can see exactly what they're working against clockwise. 2nd down and 12. Enright at the top of your screen. He's looking that way. On 1st down, they throw the out to Enright, and he is wrapped up immediately. Good work there by Quinn Kell to hang on, and then Haley in to deliver some punishment. Picks up the 24-yard line. Gain of maybe 5 or so. And it brings up 3rd down. 3rd and about 6 here.
And they got two plays to get 6. They're definitely in four-play territory.
Riley, 4 out of 4 for 26 yards. Very efficient here for the Radnor offense on the opening drive. On 3rd and 6, Riley one more time. Again, fires to this near side. Enright goes high, makes the catch. Belted out of bounds there. Did he make the catch? We'll see. They're going to say incomplete. Pass just a little too long. Good defense there by Jalen Starr to close quickly, and there's the first incompletion of the night. Nice work by Enright to stretch out and give them a chance.
That ball, if it was a little lower, that would have been a completion. This Radnor team so far has really impressed me with their passing attack. I like to see a little more pressure on the quarterback. He's getting too much time back there.
4th and 6. Panther defense needs 1 stop. Radnor trying to keep a drive alive here with 6:50 to go in quarter number 1. Riley in the gun and has time. Steps up in the pocket. Eyes downfield. Now he's going to keep it himself. He's near 1st down yardage, but it'll be close. It'll be awfully close. Burke thinks he stopped him short, and we'll see what the referee says. We will move the chains, I think. Yes, indeed. He got it. He got it. Riley picks up 6 and keeps the chains moving. Big play indeed by the quarterback, Riley. Nice job right there by Luke Riley, 2nd-year starter. We mentioned that in the beginning. All right. 1st down from the Haven 17 rather. Snap, give inside is to Tomczak, bounces to his left and has some positive yardage inside the 15, down near the 13-yard line. Good work there by Tomczak, good lateral cut to pick up about 4. 2nd and 6 upcoming.
Radnor's had the ball now half the period. The Panthers haven't been on offense yet. We need a stop right here.
Radnor doing exactly what you would hope coming into a game like this one. Keep the Panther offense on the sideline for half the first quarter and then some. Blyan split to the near side. Riley on 2nd and 6, play fake, rolling, looking to his right. Eyes downfield, now dumps it underneath. Complete to Duncan, who bangs his way near the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal to the 5-yard line. Duncan's first grab of the night. Goes for about 7 and another 1st down.
Brian, he's rolling out left and right. By rolling out, he has all the time he needs, and he's just picking guys that are short, dumping them off and getting short gains, but they got to get more pressure on the quarterback.
See what they bring here. They'll mark the football down to the 4-yard line, actually. Duncan, first catch of the evening, and he's good receiver in the flat. Saw him make a grab last week in the win over Conestoga. Split to the far side, Enright singled up with Jalen Starr over there. Blyan to the near side. On 1st down, they look, tried for the slant, and is deflected away. Nice job by Grayson LaFrance. Excellent defense there. Tried for the quick slant to Blyan. And LaFrance says no.
Great stop. Just stayed right with him, put his hands in there, broke it up. LaFrance, great play.
Grayson LaFrance, a 3-year starter himself, has an interception on the season and has just been solid for really a couple years now in that Panther secondary. Big play right there. Radnor trying to punch one in here. Tight end into the game now is Aiden Swindells. He's off to the left. Duncan wing to the near side. 2nd and goal from the 4. Tomczak cuts it back, and he is belted. Quinn Kell says hello at the 4, maybe 5-yard line, maybe to be generous to give him the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 4 as Kell filled in quickly. 4:45, 4:44. Fantastic opening drive here for Radnor. Looking for points now from the 4-yard line on 3rd and goal. Here we go. Riley jogs in the play. Play clock down to 12 as he approaches the huddle. Panther defense tested for the first time in the first quarter all season long. Here we go. Riley in the gun with 3 wideouts again. Here you've got timeout Radnor as that play clock was melting quickly. So we'll take a short timeout with them. Big 3rd and goal upcoming will be when we come back on havenfootball.net.
For your dream home, with over a decade of experience, Jess Mudrick knows the market inside and out. Known for her dedication and personalized service, Jess ensures every client finds their perfect match. From first-time buyers to luxury estates. A partner at the Sheridan Mudrick team and backed by Coldwell Banker Realty, Jess combines expertise with innovation, using the latest technology to make your buying or selling process seamless. For a real estate experience that's second to none, trust Jess Mudrick and the Sheridan Mudrick team. Visit SheridanMudrick.com today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
He's a big boy. He falls forward for a couple. All right, welcome back here to Radnor. I'm here talking to myself as thinking about what Radnor might drum up here on 3rd and goal from the 4. Here we go. Scoreless game here at Radnor. Opening drive of the night, and Radnor trying to cash in from the Panther 4 on 3rd down. Tomczak in the backfield. Motion man is in right. He comes to the backfield now. They give inside. Cutting it back is Tomczak. He makes one man miss, and he's tripped up by Burke and others. It'll be 4th and goal from the 1. Tomczak about a foot shy, and then here we go. No huddle. No huddle. Riley under center. My guess is quarterback sneak here. It is a sneak, and the Panthers stack it up. Forward progress is not going to get him the end zone. They blow it dead, no signal, and the Panthers hold from a foot away. What a job by the Panther defense. Tomczak got 3 3/4 on 3rd down, and then Riley stoned on 4th and a foot. Well, you can't get the field any longer than this for the Haven offense. Might as well introduce them while we can here. Luke Mulhern's your quarterback tonight. Ryan Mudrick, your fullback. Casey Hudson and Yosef Ali are your halfbacks. John Riley and Tyler Slaughter, the tight ends. Chase Schuster is your center. Nick Faribault and Milligan are your guards. Tackles Miller and Oblek. 1st and goal from their own 1-yard line. This will be Mulhern on a sneak just to get some breathing room. Gets just a bit out to the 2. So quarterback sneak for Mulhern. Give him a gain of 1 against a Radnor defense now that's trying to keep things tilted into this end of the field. Radnor defense includes Aiden Swindells, Ryder Freeman, Michael Muntean, and Jake McDonald up front. Amari Bostic, Adam Krafsick, and Bryce Fury are your linebackers. Hendrick Lyon, Miles Davis, Chris Duncan, and Mikey Enright in the secondary. 9 in the box here for Radnor. On 2nd down and almost 9. Give on 2nd down is to Mudrick in the backfield, and he gets maybe a yard. Maybe out to the 3-yard line. Good work there by Bryce Fury, the linebacker on the stop. And the Panthers just trying to get a little breathing room here, trying to play it safe and take care of the football. Casey Hudson checks in on 3rd down and about 8. Clock ticks. 2:42 and counting to play here in the opening quarter. Barlow out, Hudson in on 3rd and 8. Mudrick in the backfield. Panthers at least want a little bit of breathing room to give their punter room, if nothing else. But they won't give up on that and give here is Casey Hudson. He doesn't want to punt it here. He'll take a first down out to the 13-yard line. Shame on me for thinking the punt unit was coming out. They'll have to wait a bit longer as Casey Hudson goes for 10 on his first carry of the night. And the Panthers get a much-needed first down as Landon Barlow checks in for Mudrick at the 2:15 mark of this flying first quarter.
Great play there. He off to the right side there. Now they have some space to operate. Let's see. I'd like to see them put it in the air a little bit, but probably won't happen.
9 in the box again here for Radnor. 6-man front. Give off this near side. This is Ali with speed. Stiff arm. Nope. Nicely done by Enright. Or else Ali's off to the races. Still out to the 20-yard line. Give him 7 on his first carry of the night. For the junior.
Great run by Ali. He's got great speed. If he turns the corner there, Brian, he may have gone all the way.
Left side of that line just collapsed everybody. Great job by Oblick and Riley. And sideline warning here against Radnor to back everybody up. But in the meantime, clock ticks. All right, 2nd and about 3 here for Strath Haven. 2 tight ends, Ali and Mudrick in the backfield. Barlow in motion. They give it to Barlow. First carry of the night. He has first down yardage. He bangs his way across the 25, out to the 27 to move the chains.
Nice run. He ran the last 3 yards backwards. Just a great run there.
7 more there for the Panthers. Amari Bostic in on the stop for Radnor. Barlow out, Hudson in, and the Panthers with fresh legs in this backfield again, as we've seen consistently through the first 4 weeks. Tyler Slaughter, tight end to the far side. Riley, the near side. Hudson, wing to the left on 1st and 10. Gives to Ali, cuts it back, and he is met there quickly by linebacker Bryce Fury. Gain of maybe a yard for Ali that time. Nice work by Radnor. They were waiting for that one. 40 seconds and counting to go here. 2nd down and 9 for the Panthers. This first quarter, absolutely flying. Radnor with a 69-yard drive to start the game. They needed 70 to score.
Ate up 8 minutes and 14 seconds of clock.
Panthers now started this one inside their 1-yard line. 2nd down and 9. Mudrick in the backfield. Hudson goes in motion. Back to pass. Mulhern with time. Has a man out there. Slaughter is overthrown by a couple yards. Oh, that's a tough one as he was behind the defense there, but overshot just by a hair. Slaughter with a huge catch in the opening drive last week against Upper Darby to set up the Panthers' first touchdown of the night. That time, he might have scored it on his own if the pass had connected.
You know, Slaughter had his man beat by about 2 yards, but ball was just overthrown.
All right, here we go. Chris Basciano checks out of the game for Radnor. 3rd and 9. Panthers still likely in a pass situation here, but they're backed out of the box a little bit. They go counter crisscross. Looking for running room is Casey Hudson. Shake and bake across the 35. He's near first down yardage. It'll be 4th and a yard as the first quarter ends. So Coach Clancy has something to think about on 4th and 1. They'll switch sides of the field, and we'll be back in just a moment. End of the first quarter. Strath Haven and Radnor scoreless on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K childcare with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing, educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Radnor High School. We are scoreless as we begin quarter number 2. Brian Carroll bringing play-by-play, joined by Pete Fulgenetti and Andrew Kaufman. Thanks again to Dean Michelson and Mike Clancy on the cameras. So, scoreless as we begin quarter number 2. And the Panther offense will stay on the field on their own side of the 40. 4th and 1 from the 36-yard line. Panthers need a yard here to keep the chains moving and try to give their defense a breather who was on the field for the first 8 minutes of the game. Radnor shows blitz on 4th and 1. They give to this near side, looking for room. Hudson with first down yardage. Hops over a tackler and takes it to the 42-yard line. Casey Hudson for 6 more. Hudson was kind of quiet, not a lot of carries a week ago. But in the meantime, he's got 3 carries in the early going for 24 yards. You have an injured Radnor player at the moment, so we'll keep an eye on this. So, we'll take a short time out as some medical attention here for one of the Raptors.
Alumni and Friends Supporting Kids is a fiscal partner of the Foundation for Wallingford Swarthmore Schools. ASK strives to bridge the gaps in access to educational resources so that WSSD students have a holistic school experience. ASK helps students K-12 with items, services, and resources to support and enhance their educational experience with a focus on academic, artistic, athletic.
Welcome back to Radnor High School. Adam Krafsick hobbles off, but under his own power, and hopefully soon to return, but we'll keep an eye on that as the Raptors have to make a couple substitutions here. Aiden Swindell's into the game now at defensive end for the Raptors, and a fresh set of downs for the Panthers out at the 42-yard line after Casey Hudson and friends convert on 4th and 1. From the 42, Mulhern under center, play fake to Hudson, back to pass, eyes downfield. He's going to turn the corner, needs a block and gets it, tiptoes down that sideline, and then a collision on that far side. Didn't look malicious. Looked like both players just pulling up and collided near that first down marker. But Mulhern, I think, will have a gain of 11 or 10. Where are they going to put it? A yard shy, 2nd and 1 at the 49-yard line. All right, Mulhern had the first Panther snap of the game, came at about the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. And it was Mulhern on a sneak to get them out to the 2-yard line. So they've moved it well into Radnor territory now as we start this second quarter. 2nd down and a yard. Mulhern turns, Mustang sweep to Barlow, needs a block and gets it. Barlow with speed now, 40, 30, 20, one man to beat, and Enright will not catch him. 49 yards, Landon Barlow to the house. 11:24 to go in quarter number 2, and the Panthers are on the board.
Great run. Barlow turns the right corner there. He had one man to beat. He beat him. In the last 20 yards, it was just a foot race, but nobody chasing him. So just a great play, and the Panthers get the early score.
Key block there from pulling guard Nick Faribaugh once again, and Matt Steyer on for the extra point. John Riley will hold it. Jackson Miller to snap. 11:24 to go here in quarter number 2. Snap, spot, kick is away, and Steyer pounds it through. Strath Haven 7, Radnor nothing. We'll be back in just a moment. Glad you're joining us live or on the archive on havenfootball.net.
Alumni and Friends Supporting Kids is a fiscal partner of the Foundation for Wallingford Swarthmore Schools. ASK strives to bridge the gaps in access to educational resources so that WSSD students have a holistic school experience. ASK helps students K-12 with items, services, and resources to support and enhance their educational experience with a focus on academic, artistic, athletic, and social enrichment. ASK scholarship forms are available on the WSSD website as well as through the school counseling department.
Hello everyone, I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
The Panthers get a 4th and goal stop at the 1-foot line and turn that into a 99-yard scoring drive themselves. The last 49 of it coming on the legs of Landon Barlow, his 7th touchdown of the season already. And 49 yards later, the Panthers lead now 7-0 with 11:24 to go here in the first half. Each team with one possession. Radnor about 12 inches from getting points on the board. The Panthers cash in with their chance. Steyer, kickoff was returned to the 35-yard line last time. He'll try it again here from the far hash. Steyer, low line drive. This will squib its way towards Tom Zach at the 7-yard line. Looking for room up that far hash, and he is wrapped up there by the guy who just ran a long way. Landon Barlow on the tackle. Van Wendell in the neighborhood as well. And Radnor now. Tougher field position here at the 16-yard line, about almost 20 yards shy of where they were the first time they had it.
Brian, let's see if the pattern this year continues. Haven gave up a lot of yards on their first drive, and now they tighten up. Let's see if the defense tightens up.
Riley in the offense with 3 wide receivers once again. Riley give inside to Tom Zach, and he goes next to nowhere. Jackson Miller stands him up. Gets some help there from Nick Faribault as well, but good work by the nose guard Jackson Miller on the stop. And call it no gain, maybe even a loss of a yard there for Tom Zach. Radnor offense, 2nd down and 10 now. Tom Zach with 8 carries in the early going here for 21 yards. He's in the backfield with Riley on 2nd down and 10. Riley looks off to his right. Quick hitch out there is caught by Blyan. He's wrapped up nicely and quickly by Grayson LaFrance for a gain only out to the 19, so to bring up 3rd down and about 7.
Nice pass on the out there, but LaFrance was right on the man. You get 2 or 3 yards on that?
Yep.
If you can hold them to that on those passes, you're gonna be okay.
Look for a hitch and go at some point. Radnor hit one of those in week 1 action against Chichester. They throw the hitch, then fake it and send somebody deep. Not sure if it comes right here necessarily, but here we go. 3 wideouts again, looking out to his left on 3rd and 6. Riley has a man in his face. It's Milligan trying to chase him down, then fires up for grabs. Incomplete. Incomplete it falls. Mulhern in coverage. Intended for number 2, Class. Ryan Class on that far sideline. Riley doing all he could just to get away from the pass rush as Milligan made it difficult, and 4th and 7 upcoming.
Well, it looks like the Panther defense has woken up, and this has been their pattern.
You called it there, Pete. See if they can get a pass rush, see if they get something going on the second drive, and got both there. Quinn Kell and Jake Plummer away to punt on their side of the 50. Riley is your quarterback, but also the punter. Takes the snap, and the left footer line drive kick angling towards Kell, and then out of bounds on that far sideline. Nice work there by Riley, kicking it down to the Strath Haven 42. So Panther offense certainly with better starting field position than their first drive from inside their 1-yard line, but with a 7-0 lead here, forced the 3 and out, and 9:42 to work with on the first half play clock. This is or game clock rather. Panthers in a good spot.
You know what, Brian? You wonder if that 99-yard drive, the drive by Radnor to the 1-yard line that they didn't get in, if that took a little bit out of their sails, because that last sequence there, they looked a little flatter than that first drive.
And disheartening, you take it all the way down to the 1, disheartening then to give up 99 yards the other way.
Absolutely,
and,
yes.
Here the Panthers looking for more here as they shift into the backfield. And with running room, Casey Hudson explodes into the second area. Now look out! Hudson in a foot race, 30, tripped up from behind inside the 25. But Casey Hudson, a shoestring away from breaking one himself, down to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, just a shoestring tackle stopped that from being a touchdown.
34 for Hudson, who is on his way to, is there a flag here? All right, let's see. You're going to get, sideline warning against Strath Haven. Okay, so nothing that will affect the play here, but Strath Haven needing to back up on the sideline. Gain of 34 here for Casey Hudson. 4 carries for 58 yards for the junior already, as he was, again, quiet last week, just based on personnel and which side of the field they wanted to run to. Didn't have as much action, but tonight they found some room off that right side in the early going. Barlow into the game now at that left halfback spot. Ali, wing to the right. Play fake, and they sweep to that right. Looking for room here as Ali gets a good block from Milligan and Riley. Turning the corner. Ali is out of bounds on that far sideline near the first down marker. Looks like they'll spot this down near the 13 or maybe the 12. But Ali has a gain of 10, and they'll move the sticks one more time to the 13.
Brian, we're seeing the same pattern we've been seeing every week. Multiple running backs. They just come at you in waves, different guys, and eventually by the third and fourth quarter, you're going to see that Radnor defense with their hands on their hips.
Ryan Mudrick is your fullback. Panthers finding room on the edges so far tonight. First down, they'll try the sweep again. Barlow with a block and a head of steam into the secondary. Steps away from Enright and into the end zone for the second time tonight. Beautifully blocked. Milligan and Faribault, especially Chase Schuster as well. Great lead block from Mudrick. And Barlow, for the second time tonight, goes in practically untouched.
Yes, great run. You can just see the offensive line just creating gaping holes.
There we go. John Riley to hold. Miller will snap it. Steyer on for his second extra point try. Snap, spot, kick, good. 14-0 Strath Haven. We'll take a short timeout. Radnor on its heels, but trying to come back when we return on havenfootball.net.
Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at Haven Football.
Welcome back to Radnor High. 8:58 to go here in quarter number 2. And Strath Haven, 2 offensive possessions, 2 Landon Barlow touchdowns, and silver and black and white tonight on the road with the Road Whites doing the job so far. Been very impressive so far, Pete.
Unbelievable. They just keep using different running backs. And I think that goal line stand by the Panthers has really, really taken the bite out of the Radnor's enthusiasm.
Here we go. Steyer, high end over end kick. This will be Tom Zach from the 7-yard line, looking for room, cuts it back, steps away from one man, and has a little more room out across the 25 before he's met by Patrick Burke. Burke with a huge game last week. 2 interceptions, a pass defense, handful of tackles from that linebacker spot, and here stops Radnor at the 26-yard line for the Raptors' 3rd possession of the evening. First possession, a thing of beauty, all the way inside the 1-yard line. Second one, 3 and out, and the Panthers make them pay just 3 plays later. So the Raptors try again here. Enright to the near side. Blyan slot left. And we've got a whistle pre-snap here. And looks like maybe a play clock or a clock issue. All right, let's see. 8:48 on the game clock. But, all right, here we go. They'll reset the play clock, and we're ready to go. Luke Riley in the gun. 3 wide receivers. Looks out to his right, and an incomplete. Juggled on that far side by Ryan Klass. And LaFrance in coverage falls to the turf. So Riley, who started 5 for his first 6, has just completed 1 of his last 4 here. As the Panther defense starting to put the clamps on things over the last 4 snaps for Radnor.
Yeah, as we've been saying, they get their sea legs. That's what they're getting.
From the 26, Riley at the helm here. Ruggieri in the backfield, his first carry of the night, has room off this left side, and Ruggieri trying to turn the corner, tracked down from behind. Good hustle there by Barlow to stop him at the 32, maybe 33-yard line, but a nice gain for Ruggieri, who had a rushing and receiving touchdown a week ago. His first carry of the night sets up 3rd and about 3.
Nice run, but Barlow chased him from the rear and brought him down. Excellent play by Barlow coming from the rear.
3rd and 3. Radnor desperately needs to move this football here and keep the offense on the field here. Trailing by 2 scores now all of a sudden. Riley in the gun, looking, firing to the right side. It's complete over there by Blind. He is belted, keeps his footing, and has himself a first down. Jalen Starr with a good hit, just shy of the marker, but good work there by Hendrick Blyan, taking it to the 43-yard line. Radnor goes to their multi-sport senior for the third time tonight for a gain of 7. Nice work right there. I was talking to Coach Drew Devitt beforehand, and it's a very refreshing approach there from Blyan. He asked him, hey, why aren't your friends playing football? He's like, I don't know. He says, I love playing all the sports. I don't know why I wouldn't. He's in the slot on first down. They give to Ruggieri instead. Ruggieri stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard that time, but Cole Haley, in on the stop. Call it no gain for Ruggieri. Brings up second down and 10.
Group tackling there, Brian. Linebackers, linemen, they all converged. It was a total group tackle.
These linebackers have been terrific all season. Haley and Burke as first-year starters back there as juniors have been awfully busy and awfully effective alongside of Mulhern, who played the majority of snaps at linebacker a season ago. On second and 10, Riley, 3 wide again, looking, firing to the flat. He's got Blyan again on a quick arrow pattern out to the 47, 48 maybe. Nope, just shy of the 48. So it'll bring up third down and 1.
Excellent pass there, right on the button.
Gain of 8 more. Blyan's 4th catch of the evening. Going to need a flashlight in here as we got the. Oh, there you go. I'll end up borrowing that at some point. All right, we'll plug it in at some point. I don't need it right now. Maybe during a timeout, but it's getting dark in here. Beautiful night, but tough to see the stat sheet here. 3rd and a yard. Strathaven trying to get a stop. Riley wants the chains moving. He'll hand it to Ruggieri one more time. He is belted by Mulhern. Did forward progress get him enough? And yes, Ruggieri got a first down, but he paid for it. Luke Mulhern absolutely hammers him. But first down yardage, the fans sitting below us disagree. But a good tough run there. I thought he had it. I thought it's a fair spot right there.
Yeah, it was close, but as soon as Mulhern hit him, he went right down.
Yep.
Absolutely right to the ground, but he's already past the first down marker.
Ruggieri stays in the game, a halfback on the left hip. All right. Riley, Duncan wing to the left, and back is Riley on 1st and 10. Pressure in his face, fires deep down the field. Hudson in coverage. It is juggled and caught. What a tremendous grab there by Enright at the 15-yard line. Starr with good coverage. Hudson closing fast, and he hauls it in anyway. Beautiful job right there. Gain of 37.
Just a beautiful play. The pass was great. The catch was great, but he was covered well. It's just a great play by a receiver there. Excellent.
Excellent job by Riley to stand in there with pressure in his face. Barlow was coming in hot and stood in there and delivered. 1st and goal, not in goal to go. 1st and 10 to go from the Panther 15-yard line now. New life for Radnor with 4:50 and counting to go here before halftime. Remember, Strathaven gets the ball to start the second half, but they'd love that goose egg to stay on the scoreboard. But here, you get a pre-snap whistle and timeout Radnor. So, with that in mind, we'll take a short timeout with them. Glad you're joining us live or on the archive. We've got a good one going here at Radnor. Raptors on the move when we return on havenfootball.net.
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank?
I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa?
Sure did.
And the Frank tank?
You know it.
And now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-3500.
This is Keith Jackson. You're listening to High School Football right here on Haven Football.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 here for Radnor from the 15-yard line. Raptors trying to get on the board here. Give inside Ruggieri, lots of room up the middle. Bangs off 1 tackle, 2 tackles, diving near the goal line, and he'll be marked just shy. And it looks like a flag down near the goal line. Let's see, was that just to mark the yardage, or is that an actual penalty? Either way, Ruggieri's got himself 14 and change. And looks like the side judge just lost the flag out of his pocket. No penalty on the play. All right, 1st and goal to go. Nice work there from Ruggieri. Longest rushing play of the evening for Radnor. Luke Riley, 6'4", 210 under center. Try to sneak down at the other end of the field. He may try it again right here on 1st and goal. Riley with the sneak, and he is met immediately, and I believe he's in. He's in. Panthers had a shot at him diving over the top of the pile, but Riley somehow, somewhere under that pile, broke the plane of the goal line, and Radnor's on the board. First touchdown against the Panthers' first-team defense all season, and now Radnor has the chance to cut the lead in half at the 4:04 mark of this second quarter. All right, here we go. Hendrick Blyan has 5 catches on the evening. Now looking for his first extra point. Snap, spot, kick is low and no good. Blyan off the mark on that one, but Radnor on the board with 4:04 to go here before halftime. Haven trying to answer when we come back on havenfootball.net.
The Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper has partnered up with havenfootball.net. The Swarthmorean was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford Swarthmore School District as well as events in Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding communities. Get your copy every Friday at 320 Market or Swarthmore Co-op, or go to swarthmorean.com for a mailed or digital subscription. For all the local news, read the Swarthmorean every week.
Hey fans, this is Todd Lights, public address announcer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and you are listening to High School Football right here at havenfootball.net.
4:04 to go here before halftime, and Radnor with a lot of fight tonight. 3 possessions. First one, a 69.5-yard drive that ended up just a foot shy of the goal line. And then after a 3-and-out, they've cashed in now. A big pass play to Mikey Enright set it up, and Luke Riley into the end zone on the quarterback sneak has cut the lead to 14-6. All right, Jalen Starr, Casey Hudson, and Derek Bradley await the kickoff here from Hendrick Blyan. And the Panther offense trying to get back on the field here. Kick angles to Bradley, looking for room from the 3-yard line. Derek Bradley, the junior, looking for a wedge, has some running room, and sheds a tackle. Breaking tackles all the way out to the 40-yard line. Beautiful job by Derek Bradley, tilting the field back in the favor of the Panthers. Nice job from number 30 in white.
Yeah, Bradley has really great speed. They could get another little opening there. He could have went all the way. Good run by Bradley.
Yeah, he was one man to beat there. I guess they'll say touchdown back at the 38 still. Excellent field position here for the Panthers, who have scored on their first 2 possessions of the evening. Now trying to do it again. Ryan Mudrick, your fullback. On first down, the give off this side is Casey Hudson. Shake and bake past 1 man, 2 men, and now Hudson stepping away, spins across the 40. Hudson again with 1 man to beat. Enright will track him down again, but not before Hudson takes it to the 19-yard line.
Hudson all night has been 1 step away from scoring two touchdowns, but he's getting us big yards. What's that,
43-yard run there for Hudson.
We'll take that.
He's at 101 yards on just 5 carries tonight for number 5, a career high already. They'll mark him down at the 20. Panthers in business in the red zone once again. Barlow wing to the far side, Ali and Mudrick in the backfield. On first down, they give sweep to this near side as Barlow gets a block, and they were waiting for it that time. Lots of black jerseys over here waiting for Barlow, and they'll drop him a yard shy. And nice work by Hendrick Blyan on first contact. Turns it into second down and 11. It's the first negative play for the Panthers all evening.
One of the first negative plays for the Panthers all season.
Yeah, there haven't been many in the running game for sure. 2:49 and counting to play before halftime. Riley tight end to the far side, Slaughter to the near side, wing to the right, Yosef Ali. They go to Barlow one more time, sweep to this near side. He will lean his way across the 20 And met there by 18, Adam Krafsick. And good to see Krafsick back in. He hobbled off with an injury early on, but back to the 18-yard line, turns it into 3rd down and 8. 4-down territory perhaps, although you are well within Matt Steyer's field goal range. But
I know Matt's hoping to get a shot at it.
Panthers looking for more than 3 here on a drive, though. Barlow and Mudrick in the backfield. Ali, wing to the near side. Same wing T look with tight ends. Give in. This is room. Barlow cuts it back, has a lane, and has himself his 3rd touchdown of the night. Good, patient running. He wasn't touched till he reached the goal line, but Bryce Fury couldn't keep him out. And Barlow with 3 second-quarter touchdowns, this one from 18 yards out.
Again, Brian, it's multiple running backs. You just don't know who's coming. Is it Ali? Is it Barlow? Hudson? Whoever it is, there's always a fresh leg coming at you.
They went 3 times in a row off that right side, and Barlow cashes in on the 3rd one. Snap, spot, kick. Steyer is 3 for 3. Well, Radnor goes down and scores. The Panthers answer right quick. We'll be right back and see what Radnor can do with the final 1:53 here in the second quarter on havenfootball.net.
Want to have your kids get involved in the fastest growing youth sport in America? Non-contact flag football is here in Wallingford at Fisher's Finest Flag Football. Boys and girls in 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grades are eligible. Adult coaching for each team assures that each child is taught proper football techniques and skills. Get involved in flag football. Sign up for learning camps in spring 2026. Go to fishersfinest13.com for more information.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
Strath Haven 21, Radnor 6. Just as Radnor seemed to be getting some momentum, a big return from Derek Bradley to put them out near the 40-yard line, a 43-yard run from Casey Hudson to cross midfield, and then Landon Barlow for the 3rd time tonight finds the end zone. This one 18 yards out, and it's suddenly 21-6. And the Panthers now trying to keep the Raptors at bay and knowing that the Panthers will receive the second half kickoff here. Steyer, high end over end kick. It'll be Tomczak from about the 14 this time. Has Bradley in his lap, and down he goes. Derek Bradley making an impact on special teams here in the second quarter. Tomczak returns for just about 6 yards maybe, and that'll do it.
See, Bradley's speed got him down there. That when his kicks go high like that, and Bradley's speed, he's right on top of the receiver. Excellent play there, Bradley.
All right, here we go. Strath Haven defense trying to keep Radnor under control here for another minute and change. Luke Riley has the offense at the near hash mark. Tomczak on his right hip, and 4 wide receivers this time. Riley back, rolling to his right, dumps it to the right flat, complete to Class, looking for some running room, tripped up initially by Quinn Kell, and then Jalen Starr flattens him on that far sideline. Good hit from Starr, and Class, unfortunately, not getting up from that one quickly. So good hit there from Starr, and Class will need to come off and catch his breath there. Short gain out to the 23, 2nd down and 7, as Riley now has hit on his last 4 passes. It's up to 90 yards in 14 attempts. I said Class, that's Chess rather, on the catch. On 2nd down and about 8. Barlow there to meet the ball carrier. Tomczak at about the 26, brings up 3rd and 4. Clock and ticket continues to melt. 53 seconds, 52 seconds. Radnor would love to get something going here, but running out of time. They're down to 1 timeout before halftime here. Blyan, slot to the near side and right, split at the bottom of your screen. On 3rd and long, they throw to the flat, incomplete, looking for Blyan near the 1st down marker. So that'll stop the clock. 4th and 4, and now decision time for not much of a decision. Good decision probably for Coach
You
Drew
got
Devitt.
to kick this, Brian, because if the Haven gets the ball back at the 35, I don't care how
you're-
many seconds are left. They could score.
They could. I mean, you're almost in field goal range right there.
Yeah.
So good decision probably here from Drew Devitt. Now can the special teams do the job here for Radnor? Riley ready to punt it away. Plunkett and Kell away at the 40-yard line. The left footer, high wobbler, short kick, signaling fair catch, and muffing it is Plunkett, but does well to pounce on it at the 45-yard line. Good heads up from the junior Jake Plunkett. Couldn't quite corral it initially, but lands on top of it at the 45, and the Panthers still with pretty good field position. 2 timeouts in their pocket with 24 seconds left. Realistically, I think you need the 25-yard line for a field goal tonight. That would put Steyer at about a 42-yard attempt. So you're looking at still about 30 yards here.
He can reach at 42. Those extra points have been almost out into the street.
So let's see. Panthers need maybe 30 yards. Jalen Starr into the game as a wing to the left. On first down, back to pass Mulhern. Looking a throw to the flat and incomplete. Incomplete it goes. Ali was out there underneath. They tried to run the wheel with Starr, but it was well covered by Radnor. Nice job there by the Raptors. Brings up second down and 10. All right. Landon Barlow checks back in. Starr out. Brings up with just 18 seconds to play before half here. See what the Panthers can drum up here from their own 45-yard line.
Second down and 10.
Slaughter, tight end to the near side. Riley to the far side. Barlow is your wing to the far side. Play fake, and they run this Mustang sweep to the near side. Barlow looking for room, is banged out of bounds. This will stop the clock here. Takes a big hit, and now they're going to clock will run here. So he tried to stay in bounds there, and Panthers forced to burn a timeout now with just 4 seconds left before the halftime clock. All right, with all of the what's going on here, we've got a lot to talk about at halftime. We've done no score updates with as fast as these games have been moving, and really, as much as we go to these commercial breaks, we have 30 seconds to get a quick tweet out there because the offenses have been clicking. So we'll try to get some halftime scores from around the Central League and the rest of District 1 during halftime. We'll have Pete and Andrew chatting up who knows what, high school football, of course, but maybe little Eagles, maybe little Phillies. Lots to talk about in the world of sports, as well as whatever we see on the field in front of us with the halftime performances from the marching units. All right, Panthers with 3rd and 7 after Barlow went for 3 on his 6th carry of the evening. On what could be the final play of the half, they go with a quick draw play here. Looking for room is Barlow, and he is brought down inside the 35 to the 33. So nice run there for Barlow. Gain of about 20, but that will do it for the first half. Panthers have to be feeling good. They lead it 21-6 after the defense was on its heels for most of the first quarter. Nice job by the Silver and Black to rebound. And now a 2-touchdown lead going into halftime. So we'll take a short time out, say thank you to many, many sponsors here during our halftime break, and we'll try to get score updates momentarily. Glad you're joining us live here in beautiful Radnor Township on havenfootball.net.
Family Senior Home Care is owned by a Strath Haven family, the Glowackies. We provide in-home care assistance with all activities of daily living, personal care, transportation, mobility assistance, light housekeeping, and meal preparation. We also offer personal care, including hygiene, companion care, and medication reminders. Alzheimer's and dementia care, along with short-term respite care, are also available. Schedule your free consultation at 610-719-3223 or go to our website at secondfamily.com.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Want to have your kids get involved in the fastest growing youth sport in America? Non-contact flag football is here in Wallingford at Fisher's Finest Flag Football. Boys and girls in 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grades are eligible. Adult coaching for each team assures that each child is taught proper football techniques and skills. Get involved in flag football. Sign up for learning camps in spring 2026. Go to fishersfinest13.com for more information.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
Benefits Group specializes in creating employee benefit packages which can maximize your company's ability to attract, retain, and award the best employees. We develop a strategy for your business to attract high-quality team members. It is critical to have benefits that are competitive in the marketplace. We develop a benefits package and retirement plan that helps you implement a complete benefit program and retirement solution. We help you implement a successful strategy that rewards your employees for their hard-earned time. Empower your employees with a comprehensive benefits solution from the Wharton Benefits Group. Call them at 484-328-3590.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, and you're listening to high school football right here at Haven Football.
Welcome back to Radnor, Pennsylvania, where at halftime the Strath Haven Panthers lead the Radnor Raptors 21-6. It's been a pretty good Strath Haven offensive performance after their defense made a big stop on Radnor's offense after they held the ball for over 8 minutes to open the game. Got a stop inside the 1 yard line and then took the ball 99 yards the other way and punched it in for their first score of the night. Pete, what's your thoughts been on
that opening drive? Radnor just drove the field. It's been the Panthers' pattern against Interborough, against Pencrest, and against Upper Darby. They come out a little sluggish, and then they start to warm up, and that's what happened here tonight. They did get down to the 1, and they stopped them on that 4th down. And they got possession on the 1, and it took them 99 yards to get back, and they got the score. So a big turnaround there. If Radnor goes in up 7-0, who knows what kind of game we have. But it seems like Radnor's passing offense is excellent. They have different receivers here. They've got a tall 6'4" quarterback, Riley, who can really hum the ball, and he's been hitting receivers. But the Panthers are giving him those short connections. They're not allowing big gains. That one big gain was tough, but they're not going to let him score on one score. And if you can hold them that way, I don't know, especially if the Panthers come out and score again, I don't know whether they have enough time to actually get back in the game. But we'll see.
It'll certainly be tough for the Raptors if Strath Haven does extend their lead to 28-6 coming out of the locker room. There's not been a whole lot of possessions for Radnor. They've had 3 or 4 in the first half, and they just scored on the 1. Their first possession took up most of the first quarter, and it's just been a pretty dominant display since that first drive by the Panther defense.
That first possession that Radnor had, that really they were moving it great. They were mixing in a few runs, mostly passes, side outs, short dump offs in the center of the field, but they were getting 7, 8, 9, 10 yards at a pop, and you keep doing that, you can move the ball. But the Panthers have tightened it up since then, and now they got the big lead. So, and if they get the second half kickoff and score, could be too much for the Radnor team to come back from.
Yeah, great half from the Panthers. Let's take a look elsewhere in sports. Phillies last night finished off a 4-game sweep of the Mets, pretty much locking up the NL East. John Duran
it's amazing.
Closed it out.
The Mets come in for 4 games, right? You lose your shortstop, Turner. You lose your third baseman, Alex Baum. So you figure, my gosh, we got 2 all-stars we lost. And what do? You put in 2 other guys. You go, come on, tell me.
Otto Kemp and Mundo Sosa.
They're the 2 guys. And
everybody loves Edmundo.
All you do is sweep the Mets. And then you bring Duran in to finish them off. You know, I want to get excited about this team, but I've been down this road before when October comes and the bats go cold.
This team feels a little bit different
this
year.
Too.
Like, Bryce Harper's not hot yet. He hasn't really had a hot streak this season. That's still lurking as you're going into October. And Bryce in the playoffs always seems to turn it up to another level most years. And he hasn't had his normal season hot streak where he just goes off for a number of home runs over a course of a series, and it's something to look forward to. The starting pitching looks good. You've got 3 phenomenal left-handers throwing.
Aaron Nola, the last game pitched an excellent game. Now that's one game. Is that going to be him, or is that just one game? So we'll find out. But you know what I want to say? one of the most important things the Phillies have done all season was at the trade deadline. What did the Phillies need? They needed a center fielder, and they needed a drop-dead closer. So what did they do? They got
both of them.
They got both of them. They got Bader, who's playing excellent defense, and he can hit the ball. He's hitting over 330 for the Phillies. And then you got Duran, who's just lights out. So this team is primed for a long run. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and how nice is it to not have to worry in the ninth inning when you're bringing your closer in?
Oh, I remember
you got a 2 or 3 run lead. Your closer's coming in.
A couple of years ago.
No sweat. He's going to close it down pretty much every time.
Yeah.
There have been a couple of games this year where he's run into some trouble, but for the most part, Duran has been as
you remember those
for the
games they
Phillies.
ran into trouble. The left-handers were hitting it down the left field line because they were swinging so late. They were just going over the bags.
Yeah, they were going right down the line.
It wasn't like they were placing them
sides.
there. They were just trying to hit the ball, and it went the other way because they were late. But, yeah, they're in a good spot right now. And 11-game lead, there was no question about the division. They could actually, Andrew, clinch the division Sunday, I think, if the Mets lose all weekend.
Yeah, and to think just a couple weeks ago, the Phillies got swept in New York.
Yeah.
And now they're 11 games up.
Yeah.
And one thing, when you look at the week the Phillies got swept by the Mets in Queens, they had a 7-game lead going into that week. They got swept by the Mets. They exited that week with a 7-game lead over the Mets.
Yeah. They got it down to 4 and got it back up to 7. But the Mets haven't been
because the Mets got swept again.
The Mets haven't been playing good. If you look at their record, their pitching has been awful. They've just been getting beat by a lot of inferior teams. And the Phillies have been just, winning close games too. So we'll see what happens. Let's turn to the Birds. What do you like about the Birds?
I like what I saw on offense in the first half from the Birds against Dallas. I've got some questions about the defense, especially the defensive line without Jalen Carter, obviously.
Well, when you lose your number one guy, and they said once he went out, the Dallas said we were planning on blocking with 2 guys on him. We had a different scheme. Once he left the game, we went one-on-one with blocking, and once they went one-on-one, there was more gaps and more places to run. So he's so important, that man. He's just got to be a little more grown up and think what he's doing,
Yeah, Jalen Carter is such an integral part of that Eagles defense, and he just means so much. It's a completely different team to defend when you don't have him out there on the field, and the offensive line has to put so much attention towards him.
You know what? A big pickup this week, the Darius Smith, who's been an All-Pro. Now he's 33. He's not the same guy he was, but he's got 68 or 69 lifetime sacks. And sometimes you need a veteran on the line. They have some young guys there. And sometimes a veteran in there to bring it in. And Smith will probably be disused on passing situations. But you put Smith in there with Carter, it's a lot different line than it was against the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, for sure. It will be. The linebackers against Dallas looked great. You've got Zach Bond next to Jihad Campbell, the Eagles' first-round pick from this season. They looked excellent against Dallas. We'll see what they look like in Kansas City.
And I know you did. Zach Bond ran down Miles Sanders, was a breakaway. He's a running back. He's breaking away for a touchdown. And here a linebacker catches him from behind. You don't see that.
But Miles Sanders isn't that quick.
But he's a running back.
Yeah, he's
linebackers don't catch running backs normally.
Zach Bond ran like a 4.
Yeah, he's an amazing player.
He ran in the 4-second range for his 40-yard at his combine, but he is later on in his career. He was misused in New Orleans as primarily a special teamer and off the edge.
Yeah,
Vic Fangio's unlocked something with him, playing him as an off-ball linebacker.
Fangio, when he gets a player, he gets the best out of all these players. Now they got Campbell, that first-round pick. You put him and Baum on the linebacker situation, and boy, they're tough to get around. What do you think about this weekend against the Chiefs? You think, we blew them out in the Super Bowl. Well, this is not the same team. Neither team is the same. But I still think the Eagles are a better team.
Yeah, neither team is the same, but I still think the Eagles have the advantage in pretty much every position group, aside from maybe quarterback. But you've seen in the Super Bowl the last 2 times the Eagles have faced the Chiefs, Jalen Hurts has outplayed Patrick Mahomes.
Yes. He's outplayed him, and
it hasn't, it's been by a pretty wide margin in both games. There's just been really the mistake in Super Bowl 52.
I don't think that
50.
the Chiefs have enough weapons to compete with the Eagles. I don't think they'll score enough to beat the Eagles. The Eagles can beat you through the air. Look for this week, though, to be a little more passing, and they got to get A.J. Brown involved right away. I mean, you'll probably see him catch a few balls in the first drive. They have to. I mean, there's a weapon there. You're not using them.
Yeah, there's been some talk that he's been dealing with like a nagging injury coming into the season, and
he can still catch the ball. His hands work, right?
Yeah, but how effective? Like, there's concerns. How effective would he be after the catch? Which
give him a shot and see. And Devontae Smith, you got to get something deep to him with his speed and all. So I expect to see the Eagles win Sunday, barring turnovers. I don't expect to see the blowout they did in the Super Bowl, but I still say they're a better team, and the defense will play better with the additions they've made this week and getting Carter back in the field.
An addition this week in Jalen Carter back into that defensive line.
It's a different team.
We'll take a short break here at halftime. Panthers lead the Raptors 21-6 here on HavenFootball.net.
Do you have slow-running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpagnatoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on HavenFootball.com.
Nagging soft tissue injury, chronic joint pain? Give Rose Tree Wellness Center a call and see Dr. Tom O'Brien for a complete diagnosis and treatment. Dr. O'Brien specializes in active release techniques, ART. ART can deal with many issues, including chronic shoulder, knee, and ankle pain. Rose Tree Wellness Center also offers a complete series of massage therapy as well as general chiropractic care. Don't spend another day in pain. Call 610-789-5555 and make an appointment today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on HavenFootball.net.
For your dream home, with over a decade of experience, Jess Mudrick knows the market inside and out. Known for her dedication and personalized service, Jess ensures every client finds their perfect match, from first-time buyers to luxury estates. A partner at the Sheridan Mudrick team and backed by Coldwell Banker Realty, Jess combines expertise with innovation, using the latest technology to make your buying or selling process seamless. For a real estate experience that's second to none, trust Jess Mudrick and the Sheridan Mudrick team. Visit SheridanMudrick.com today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at HavenFootball.net.
Schwarber double, Kemp single.
Looking for pre-K childcare with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old within one block of Nether Providence Elementary School on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing, educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at HavenFootball.net.
Welcome back to the second half of tonight's football game. Tonight's game is sponsored by the Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper, true local coverage of Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding neighborhoods. Published since 1893. Steve Taub's Allstate Insurance and Media. Auto, Home, and Life. You're in good hands with Allstate. AMF Auto Clinic, taking care of your cars since 1961. Located in Brookhaven on Edgemont Avenue. Jessica Mudrick, a Caldwell Banker Realtor, where your home story begins. Ducklings Early Learning Center in Wallingford. Daycare for ages 6 weeks to 5 years. Scarpagnano Plumbing. Over 20 years experience for all your plumbing needs in Wallingford. Fisher's finest flag football for boys and girls. America's fastest growing youth sport. Second Family Home Care and Support for your very special loved ones. proud Haven supporters Mary and Larry Luter. Go Haven! Rose Tree Wellness Center. Complete chiropractic treatments featuring ART therapies in media. We get to the root of the problem. Here are tonight's internet announcers, the voices of the Strath Haven Panthers, Brian Carroll, Pete Fulgenetti, Andrew Kaufman, and Mike Mayer.
Welcome back to halftime here. Strath Haven 21, Radnor 6, as we see and maybe hear a little bit in the background from the Radnor marching unit. Both bands fantastic as always here on another beautiful Friday night in Delaware County. Try to get you some other scores as we go along throughout the game. We did not have a chance to talk much about it in a fast-moving, fast-paced first and second quarter where the touchdowns and tweets and so forth were flying. And finally, we have some updates to share with you at halftime. Still a few scores we're trying to track down, but we'll do our best over the next 24 minutes of football action to sprinkle these in. But in the meantime, crossover game for a Delco team really up the hill here from Radnor. Archbishop Carroll, you could practically throw a baseball and hit the school from here. But they are on the road tonight up in Lansdale and trailing Lansdale Catholic 14-0 at halftime. A couple other Catholic schools head-to-head tonight. Bishop Shanahan 3-0, taking on 3-0 Pope John Paul. Pope John Paul up 14-0 at halftime up north of Norristown. Conestoga looking for their first win, and they were probably going to have trouble finding it at Ridley tonight. Ridley up 20-0 on the Pioneers. It's been a tough slog for the Pioneer offense through the first 3 weeks, and they are scoreless so far tonight down on Morton Avenue. Harriton on the road tonight as well. Trail Marple Newtown 21-0 at halftime as well. Another shutout brewing in Garnet Valley. Garnet Valley 28, Lower Merion nothing at halftime over in Glen Mills. So Garnet Valley an 0-2 start, but getting healthy now with back-to-back weeks with Harriton and Lower Merion on the wrong side of things as we speak. Marple Newtown and Garnet Valley next week should be a good competitive matchup. We'll keep an eye on that one next Friday. Speaking of good competitive matchups, two teams that always in each other's laps every year up in the Suburban 1 League. North Penn 14, Neshaminy 12 at halftime. So in the meantime, up in Bucks County, always some good rivalries up there. Another one that's always been a good rivalry, but not on paper tonight, winless Pennsbury. They have a very young team this year, but they're hanging tough right now, trailing Penridge only 7-0 at half. Penridge 3-0, Pennsbury 0-3, but the Falcons hanging in there on their home turf over in Fairless Hills so far tonight. Not so close over in Levittown is a team that Strath Haven played a couple years ago. Harry S. Truman hosting Souderton, and it's a running clock in the third quarter right now. Souderton 35, Truman nothing. Downingtown West with 3 interceptions in the first half thrown, but they lead Springford 10-0. Springford still looking for their first win on the season. Pencrest, after a monstrous win last week against Haverford that surprised quite a few people, hosting Springfield having none of that tonight. 22-0, Springfield on top of Pencrest at halftime. Pencrest can't get anything going against Chris Britton's defense so far. Another shutout brewing, Cardinal O'Hara. This is a game that was moved up to 6 o'clock today. O'Hara leading Upper Darby 19-0. Over in Springfield as well. Westchester East 14, Pottsgrove 7. Westchester Ruston leading Norristown 27-6. Chichester and Williamstown, New Jersey tied at 7. And then Haverford, after last week's loss to Pencrest, now taking their frustrations out on winless William Tennant. 41-0 Haverford late in the second quarter last we saw. So that will be a running clock from there. So 41-0. Haverford getting healthy and getting ready for Strath Haven a week from now, Pete. Pete, that's going to be a tough one. Panthers on the road again. Haverford, always a tough place to play. And, this Panther defense will be tested next week for sure against a ground and pound attack.
That'll probably be the game of the week when they go to play Haverford. And, that'll be the toughest game for the Panthers so far on the schedule. But if they play the way they've been playing, running the ball, they can beat anybody in the Central League. So we'll see what happens next week.
We'll worry about next week. In the meantime, Radnor's given the Panthers enough to worry about through the first half here. Radnor piling up some yardage in that first half and just came up about a foot short on the opening drive from taking an early lead, where Luke Riley's quarterback sneak was stopped inside the 1-yard line. But Riley throwing the ball tonight, 10 out of 15 for 90 yards in the early going. He also has a rushing touchdown to his credit, a 1-yard plunge for the Radnor score in that first half. He has 3 carries for 7 yards. Number 4 is Charlie Ruggieri. Charlie with 4 carries in that second quarter for 22 yards and 21 yards on 8 carries for senior halfback Kyle Tomczak. But on the receiving end, 4 different receivers have caught a pass tonight. Enright, three catches for 53 yards, including a beautiful 37-yarder to set up the touchdown. Number 2, Ryan Chess with a pair of catches for 8 yards. Blyan leads the way with 4 grabs for 20 yards. 3 of them have moved the sticks for first downs. And the H-back/tight end, number 11, grabbed that one pass in the flat and picked up a first down on the opening drive. That's Chris Duncan, 1 catch for 8 yards. For Strath Haven, they've yet to complete a pass tonight on 2 attempts, but the running game, well, that's another story altogether. Last week was a fullback-heavy attack, but Ryan Mudrick just 1 carry from the fullback spot in that first half. The halfbacks doing their thing since. 3 carries for 18 yards for Yosef Ali. I wanted to call him Chase. There's another older brother mistake right there. Landon Barlow, younger brother Landon. He, of the 7 carries for 110 yards and 3 scores in the first half. Not to be outdone, Casey Hudson, 101 yards on just 5 carries. And then Luke Mulhern with 10 yards of his own on 2 totes of the rock. So Panthers with well over 200 yards rushing in that first half. Nothing to speak of on the passing column, but 21-6 is where it counts on the scoreboard. So the Panthers look to get things going momentarily here as we start this third quarter, and maybe something in the special teams to spark them. Pete, we saw a nice kick return from Derek Bradley on their only crack at it in the first half, and between him, Hudson, and Jalen Starr back there, the Panthers have a chance to break one.
I think right here, Brian, if the Panthers just play smart, don't turn the ball over, and control the clock, which they will because they run the ball, if they can come down and score here with a 28-6 lead, I don't think this is going to be a game anymore after that. But we'll see what happens.
Radnor's shown some mettle here for sure. They've battled defensively. They have moved the football well on a couple of their drives. One came up inches short of the goal line on the opening drive of the game, and then, of course, they got one with about 4 minutes to go in that second quarter after a gorgeous pitch and catch from Riley and Enright rather. That was you'll see it on the highlights later on, or you can check out the game on a rebroadcast or on the archive. But Enright was very, very well covered. That ball was delivered beautifully by Riley as he took a hit from Barlow. Starr and Hudson seemed to have Enright sandwiched down there near the 15-yard line, and Enright just went up and got it. Terrific play. One thing,
Brian, with Radnor's offense, yes, they're down 21-6, but the fact that they have such a great passing attack with multiple receivers, and you can score pretty quickly through the air if things go right. So even though it's 21-6, this game is not over because a passing attack can score quickly, and that's what they got to do.
No doubt. And Panthers ready to receive here as Casey Hudson stands inside the 5, flanked by Derek Bradley to the far side and Jalen Starr to the near side. Hendrick Blyan does a little bit of everything in the secondary, in the receiving game, and he's been the kicker as well. He has it teed at the 40-yard line, and the third quarter ready to begin here. Blyan goes end over end. This will be Jalen Starr with room up the near hash mark from the 5-yard line. Starr looking for some space, and beautiful tackle just as he started to get into fifth gear. Number 8, Kyle Tomczak, got a handful of his shoelace there and tripped him up. But Starr You could see the explosiveness there, and the Panthers with decent field position at the 27-yard line to start quarter number 3.
If he wasn't tripped up there, I think he'd still be running.
There was room on this near side for sure. Panthers break the huddle with Yosef Ali, wing to the near side. Hudson and Mudrick in the backfield behind. And this is Mudrick, fullback dive, 1 carry in the first half. And here's his first one of the second half, picking up 8 on. And that's one way. And that's one way to do it. Chris Duncan on the tackle for the Raptors.
Yeah, he only had 1 carry in the first half. I guess he's in the locker room and said, hey, when's it my turn? Come on, give me the ball.
Mudrick, second leading rusher, and 3 touchdowns coming in to the game tonight. Quiet first half, but we say quiet carrying the ball. These guys all do a tremendous job blocking for one another as well. Mudrick one more time. First down and more. Bangs his way into Blyan across the 45. And we saw some of the lightning in the first half. Here comes the thunder. Mudrick to the 47 and a first down.
Another great strong run up the middle. Great blocking by the center of that Panther offensive line. Great running by Mudrick.
Gain of 13 more for Mudrick. Panthers ready to go from their 46. First down give. This is Casey Hudson looking for room. Gets a block from Mudrick, but good backside pursuit and then shaking a block in front of him, Adam Krafsick. And no gain on the play for Casey Hudson on his 6th carry of the evening. Second, and we'll call it, they may give him a yard here. We'll see where they put it. 2nd and 9, we'll call it. Clock ticks. Panthers have 1 first down so far in this third quarter. 10:30 to go here on their 4th snap of this drive. Ali in motion on 2nd and 9. Hard count from Mulhern. Gives to Mudrick. Cuts it back. Straight ahead. Has a lane and some room. 40. Bangs his way through 1 tackler and down to the 33-yard line. Mudrick delivering the blow. Tackle made by Amari Bostic, and he comes up hobbled, to say the least there. What a job by Mudrick.
Yeah, there's your thunder. The lightning's coming next.
It'll give him something to think about, trying to tackle 35. Wow. 21 more for Mudrick. All right, it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Casey Hudson shifts as a wing to the left side. Ali follows him, cuts it back in room now. Ali with a cutback into the secondary. He will go untouched to the end zone. Yosef Ali from the 33. And the Panthers on the board again.
2 crashes of thunder and 1 big lightning bolt. That's what we got there.
Yosef Ali's 2nd touchdown of the year. Just good, shifty running right there. Changed directions beautifully, got excellent blocking. Good vision from number 4. And with the exception of Mudrick, they're juniors. They'll all be back next year in the backfield. Snap, spot, Steyer, sophomore, pounds it through. Panthers 28, Raptors 6. We'll be back in just a moment. Raptors will get a try at it here in the third quarter on havenfootball.net.
This video and audio broadcast is copyrighted by havenfootball.net Incorporated for the private use of our audience. Any other use of these broadcasts or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without a havenfootball.net Incorporated's expressed written permission is prohibited.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Radnor now trailing 28-6 as Strathaven takes the third quarter kickoff. 73 yards on the scoring drive as Yosef Ali's 2nd touchdown of the year and explodes tonight here. 4 carries, 51 yards, 33 of it on that last scoring run. And 9:40 to go here in the third quarter. All right, here we go. Steyer Line drive kickoff. It's going to take a sideways hop. Tom Zach will have it go off his heels and out of bounds. They're going to throw a flag. Was that just to mark where the ball went out?
Yeah, they're going to mark the ball right there.
Yeah, it was touched, so it should not be illegal procedure there. Ball was touched by the returner.
Yeah, he fumbled it right out of bounds, and the ref just put the marker there.
Yeah, it shouldn't be maybe the hat goes, not the, okay.
He couldn't grab his hat in time.
Yeah. All right. I think they've got it right. I think they're going to put it down at the 15.
That's correct.
Okay. So nice job there by Steyer with a wobbly kickoff there. And long field here for Radnor to start the third quarter. Luke Riley, 10 out of 15 throwing it in the first half for 90 yards. He'll have the huddle over on that far hash, and they come right into formation with Hendrick Blyan split to the bottom of your screen. Mikey Endright to the far side. Chris Duncan goes in motion. And Riley on first down. Give is to Ruggieri looking for running room, and he's tracked down by Nick Faribaugh. Faribaugh wraps him up by himself there. Maybe a yard. Maybe a yard for Ruggieri. 2nd down and 9 upcoming.
Yeah, that defensive line now, they're really shutting down that run. I think Radnor's only chance of getting back in this is through the air.
Radnor with unofficially 48 yards. I'm sorry, 51 yards rushing on.
Panthers are probably near 300.
Get back to that in a moment. Back to pass, Riley on 2nd down and 9, in and out of the hands through Duncan. Mulhern in coverage brings up 3rd down and 9. As I was starting to say there, Radnor with now you're going to get flags post-play, and someone said or did something unpleasant. We'll see how this shakes out. 16 carries for 51 yards unofficially here, so just a shade over 3 yards per carry for the Radnor run game. All right, officials will talk things over after a post-play flag, and we'll see what's coming here. 8:53 to go here in the third, and you've got unsportsmanlike against Radnor, and it'll back things up from the line of scrimmage. Post-play here, dead ball, so still 3rd down. So 3rd and 9 will now suddenly turn into 3rd and I guess half the distance here from the 15. So still a long way to go now in the shadow of their own goalposts. Radnor will have some trouble here. I think it's half the distance. Yeah, I mean, it should be. Let's see where they spot this. Yeah, they're going to call. Yeah, it's this. We'll see what's. All right. Flag on the field being picked up here after the fact. And looks like they're going to spot it at the 5. 3rd and 20 upcoming here for Radnor. Panthers just want to keep the play in front of them here. I think it's going to be half the distance. Mark it back. This may take it out to the 7 or 8 or so. But we'll see. All right, we'll try to keep you updated on other scores as third quarters get underway around District 1. Springfield now leading Pencrest 30-7. All right, back to the 8-yard line. All right, that's what I thought. We'd go half the distance there. Garnet Valley leading Lower Merion 35-0. That's a running clock. And Marple Newtown up on Harriton 28-0. Okay, here we go. 3rd and about 17. Riley in the gun. Give it to Tomczak on the draw. A little bit of running room, but closed quickly. Tomczak out to about the 12, maybe 13-yard line. And Panthers do well to close on it. Luke Mulhern and friends drop him well shy of first down yardage. It'll be 4th and about 12 upcoming. So Tomczak out to the 11 or 12, gain of 4. And Luke Riley will stand in punt formation with Quinn Kell and Jake Plunkett at the 45. The left footer 2 yards deep in the end zone. Lets it go. Angling wobbler grabbed by Kell. Good job there just to secure the football with a fair catch at the 47 and get the offense right back on the field. Panthers tonight have only been stopped by the halftime clock. They've scored on all 4 possessions otherwise, and looking to add more right here with 7:53 to go here in the third quarter. Not sure why the clock is running, but clock runs here after the change of possession. But all right. All right, clock continuing to run. Not sure why there after change of possession. But 28-6. Panthers happy to see it shrink, but not sure why it's going. All right. And is there a penalty after the fact here? What do we have going? All right. Officials explaining something to Coach Kevin Clancy on the sideline. I don't know what it is. The clock finally stopped at 7:06. It's almost a full minute that ran off while the officials are talking through something on the Strath Haven sideline below us. But, all right, ball's at the 47. And we'll see what's coming here. All right, we'll try to get you a Conestoga and Ridley score here as well. So we try to get an explanation on what's happening on the field in front of us. Ridley 33, Conestoga nothing down in Folsom. Chichester trailing Williamstown, New Jersey 13-7. And now you're going to get Strath Haven with a personal foul post-play. So from the 47, this will march it back to the 32. Something on the sideline, maybe? So, oh, a blindside block. Okay, all right. Landon Barlow on the sideline here as we begin this third quarter drive. And Ryan Mudrick is your fullback with Casey Hudson and Yosef Ali. This is Ali off the left side this time. He'll spin his way for a couple. Brings up second down and about 8. Ali, 5 carries for 53 yards and a score. Ali came into the game 26 carries for 232 and a touchdown coming in. Clock begins to run again from the 33-yard line now.
They started the clock, Brian, on the last play late. I think they were trying to make
up ground from
make up time. Yeah.
Before. All right, here we go. On 2nd and 8, this is Mudrick with the cutback. First down yardage, perhaps. See where they unpile, but nice cutback by Mudrick.
Little short.
Number 13, Bryce Fury, in on the stop. Put him down at the 36-yard line and brings up 3rd down and 1. Gain of 7 more for Mudrick, who's suddenly found something here in this third quarter. 5 carries for 51 yards now in a hurry after just 1 carry and 1 yard through the first 2 stanzas. Mudrick's your fullback on 3rd and 1. Same 2 tight end set. Give inside. Mudrick bangs his way to first down yardage. Didn't get much, didn't need much to move the chains. Out to the 44-yard line, and fresh set of downs for the Panthers following the blocks of Schuster and Milligan for a gain of a couple.
Momentarily, he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, but he just swiggled his way, opening there, got 3 more yards, first down Panthers.
All right. Hudson, wing to the far side. Panthers again with 2 tight ends. 9 in the box, still for the Raptors. Gives to Hudson, sweep to the near side, needs a blocking, gets it from Faribault. Hudson turns on the Jets, has first down yardage into Radnor territory. They mark him out at the 38-yard line. Great work there by Hudson. Faribault once again leading the way on the sweep.
Hudson shows great speed. He's been caught a couple of times tonight from behind a little bit, but he still has great speed.
Give him 18 more. 120 yards on just 7 carries. for Casey Hudson. He has a burst, and he's in the backfield with Mudrick on 1st and 10. Hudson in motion. They give to Mudrick behind it, and nice work there by the defensive end crashing down Aiden Swindells.
Yeah.
Just as Mudrick looked like he started to get going, Swindells.
If 81 doesn't stop him there, Brian, he may have went, because there was a lot of green in front of him.
Gain of 3 more for Mudrick. 2nd down and 7. 5:15 and counting to go here in quarter number 3. Strath Haven leading comfortably, but would love to add more and shrink this clock. 2nd and 7, and it's Hudson for maybe a yard. Maybe 1 to the 35, and turns it into 3rd down and 6. McDonald in on the stop for the Raptors, one of your co-captains. Perhaps a passing down here. They checked number 66, Chris Bassiano, out. See what the Panthers come up with here. Probably 4 down territory, so
I would think
could
so.
Just as likely take another gain of 3 or 4 here.
Mm-hmm.
Showing blitz is Radnor. They go away from it to the outside, looking for a block is Ali, then turns on the speed. 1st down and more. Ali down the far sideline. He will go untouched for the score. Wow.
How do you stop it? There's so many different running backs with speed. It's just a matter of which one gets the ball.
36-yard run for Yosef Ali. He has scores of 33 and now 36 here in this 3rd quarter. Barlow with 3 scores in the 2nd quarter. Now Yosef Ali needs to check into the game here to as a wing on the extra point here. Spot, snap, kick is away, and good. Good work by John Riley to put that one down. And Matt Steyer, 35 to 6. Steyer's 5 for 5. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening live to high school football on havenfootball.com.
Alumni and Friends Supporting Kids is a fiscal partner of the Foundation for Wallingford Swarthmore Schools. Ask strives to bridge the gaps in access to educational resources so that WSSD students have a holistic school experience. Ask helps students K through 12 with items, services, and resources to support and enhance their educational experience with a focus on academic, artistic, athletic, and social enrichment. Ask scholarship forms are available on the WSSD website as well as through the school counseling department.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
Well, the 2nd quarter was the Landon Barlow show as far as finding the end zone. 3rd quarter has belonged to Yosef Ali. A 33-yard run on the 1st possession of this 3rd quarter. 2nd possession, it's Ali off the other side, untouched off that left edge. 36 yards later, it's 35 to 6, and Strath Haven opening it up now on this Radnor Raptor team that came in with 2 straight shutouts to their credit. Enright awaits the kick to the near side. It'll go towards Tomczak on the far side and over everybody's head. This one into the end zone for a touchback. Steyer got all of that one, and it'll be a long field for the Raptors starting at their 20. Landon Barlow looks like his night might be done, so we'll see who checks in on the defensive side of the ball. The Panthers with a number of running backs that they can rotate in, but defensively it looks like it'll be, let's say, Paul Oblek and Jackson Miller on the inside, and it'll bump Zach Milligan to the outside opposite Nick Faribault. All right, here we go. Riley with 3 wide receivers. Ruggieri on his right hip, back is Riley. Firing to the right, flats picked off, going the other way, and into the end zone is Grayson LaFrance. Well, they went to the hitch one too many times. LaFrance read that one, and it's a pick 6 for the senior, his 2nd interception of the year, and the Panthers now with a chance to run the clock the rest of the way.
Well, you know what, Brian? He's been seeing that out pass the whole game, and I'm sure LaFrance says, you know what, try it again. I'm ready for you this time. He picked it off and just 20 yards he scored.
We'll call it a 28-yard return there for Grayson LaFrance. Matt Steyer on for the extra point. Snap from Miller, hold from Riley, and Steyer 6 for 6 on the extra points. Folks, it's going to be a fast-moving second half here. Strath Haven 42, Radnor 6. We'll be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at Haven Football.
Welcome back to Radnor High School. Strath Haven, 5 touchdowns on the offensive side of the ball, and now the defense gets into the act. All right, here we go. We've got a Radnor player down on the field. Coach Kevin Clancy seemed to be the first one to react to it, and hopefully just a cramp here as they line up for a kickoff. But, Pete, this has been, I don't want to say as expected necessarily, because Radnor certainly had a formidable performance over the last couple of weeks. But boy, this Strath Haven team's humming again.
Yeah, in that first quarter, Brian, when I looked up at the clock, there was 4 minutes to go. Radnor still had the ball. We had no points. I'm thinking, wow, this is going to be a tough game tonight. And now it's 42-6. It's such a turnaround. And again, you go back to the one play when it was 4th and goal down there, when the quarterback, Riley, tried that keeper and he didn't get in. After that one play, this whole game turned around. And it's amazing the difference one play can make.
All right. Now the hope is that Radnor's number 13, one of their leading tacklers at linebacker, Bryce Fury, he's hobbled coming off the field here and getting some help. So let's hope this is just a cramp and nothing more than that. But we don't usually speculate on these types of things. So we won't here. 4:07 to go here in the third quarter. Clock now will stop for timeouts and scoring plays. That's really about it. And we might see some substitutions at some point soon as well. 4:06 to go here in the third quarter. So we'll finish up our scoring tweet here. Matt Steyer has it teed on the far hash. The Twitter update is posted, and this kick angling away from the returners and landing a couple yards deep in the end zone. Second straight touchback for Matt Steyer. He's pounded a couple of those through in this second half. And now long field in front of Radnor here, and a steep hill to climb, trailing 42-6 and running clock.
Now I'm happy because pregame I said he'll have 2 touchbacks from Matt. He's got his 2 now.
There you go.
So I'm happy.
Well done. All right, Chichester trailing 21-7 to Williamstown. Westchester East up 28-14 on Pottsgrove. Great Valley leading the Thacton. Downingtown West up 17-0 on Springford. Here, first down carry for Ruggieri, and Paul Oblick greets him in an unfriendly manner at the 19-yard line. Paul slings him down for a loss of 1, and this rushing attack has stalled, to say the least, for Radnor. Just 4 yards rushing here in this third quarter on 3 carries. Panther defense has stiffened and even added to the lead with Grayson LaFrance snaring a pick 6 on that far sideline. Here, Luke Riley in the gun on 2nd and 11. Fake to Ruggieri, fire to the flat, in and out of the hands of Duncan, and it brings up 3rd and about 11. So, long way to go here for Radnor. Not to look too far ahead here, but Strath Haven on the road again next week at Haverford. We mentioned that at halftime. Tough place to play. Radnor on the road as well. Short commute for sure, but at Cardinal O'Hara. Also a tough game for them. So both teams won't have it any easier next Friday. 3 wide receivers to the out of the formation here. Riley stepping up in the pocket. He'll be wrapped up and finally wrestled down. Nice work there. That's Ryan Mudrick into the game at linebacker. And he's going to end up with a sack. See where they spot this. Mudrick with a sack as they'll lose a yard on the play. So Ryan Mudrick into the game on the defensive side of the football and turns it into 4th down and long. Quinkel and Jake Plunkett away at midfield. Riley in punt formation yet again. Low snap, but the lefty steps into it. Low line drive this time. It'll take a Radnor hop across the midfield stripe. And Strath Haven will see the football just outside their 43-yard line. And clock continues to run. 52 seconds, 51 seconds and counting. Panther offense for the most part intact here, I believe. Looks like Jake Plunkett will jump in here at quarterback perhaps. Mulhern takes a seat. Barlow's night is done as well.
Got Derek Bradley also in there, Brian.
Yep. 32 seconds, 31 seconds and counting. Strath Haven's offensive line still with the starters in. Cole Haley in at tight end, with Tyler Slaughter taking a breather. Nope, Slaughter to the near side. Riley takes a breather. Haley to the far side tight end. Bradley in the backfield. First down give is to Bradley. Puts his hand down and keeps things moving. He bangs his way into the secondary, and Derek Bradley running hard to the 41-yard line.
You know, like I said last week, I think Bradley's the fastest one of all. But what he's got to do is keep his hands on the ball. Last week he had a fumble, and we didn't see him after that. And I think Coach Clancy wants him to really hold tight onto that ball.
Well, we'll see if he can do that in the 4th quarter as we've come to the end of 3. Strath Haven 46, 42, Radnor 6. Be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
The Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper has partnered up with havenfootball.net. The Swarthmorean was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford-Swarthmore School District as well as events in Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding communities. Get your copy every Friday at 320 Market or Swarthmore Co-op, or go to swarthmorean.com for a mailed or digital subscription. For all the local news, read the Swarthmorean every week.
Hey fans, this is Todd Lights, public address announcer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and you are listening to high school football right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to 4th quarter action. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play, joined by Pete Fulgenetti, Andrew Kaufman, and the camera guys upstairs, Mike Clancy, and downstairs, Dean Michelson. And boy, it's been all Panthers since, late in the 1st quarter. Here, 1st and 10 for the Silver and Black from the Radnor 41-yard line. Jake Plunkett in at quarterback. The give is to Yusuf Ali. He leans out to the 41-yard line for a gain of just a yard. Brings up 2nd down and 9. Ali, 7 carries for 90 yards and 2 scores. Mudrick, 7 for 56, averaging 8 yards a carry. Barlow over 100. Hudson over 100. Just a very, very impressive night once again for the Strath Haven rush attack. Tight ends to the far side is Slaughter. Plunkett is your quarterback. He rolls out, looking, going to keep it himself. Trying to turn the quarter, and Jake Plunkett is slung down as he crosses the Radnor 35. Give him the 34. O'Donnell tracks him down. McDonald rather. And brings up 3rd down and about 2. Nice work there by Plunkett. Good to see him back this year after missing the large part of last year after a really serious leg injury. Here, 3rd and 2. Mudrick and Bradley in the backfield. It's Mudrick looking for room, has it, bounces off one man. 2nd and 3rd effort will give him yardage to the 28-yard line and a first down. Good work there by Mudrick.
Yeah, right up the middle. It's just power running, and look out there. A lot of hands on their waistline now. So the Radnor team's a little tired, but another strong run.
Solid lead block there from Bradley leading the way that time. He sets up wing to the near side. Ali in the backfield with Mudrick on first down. Play fake, and they sweep to the far side. This is Bradley looking for rooms. Got the edge, pulling away, and he will take it on in. 28 yards to pay dirt. Derek Bradley's 2nd touchdown of the season. And number 30 finds the end zone one more time. Well, they have blocked that sweep beautifully. There have been 3 touchdowns off that edge where they've been untouched.
Unbelievable. You have those 4 running backs with all those yards, and now you bring Bradley in, and he just keeps adding to it. What a great offensive situation the Panthers have.
Much like he did in the Pencrest game with a 53-yard run late. Bradley takes it in from 28 yards out. And now Matt Steyer on for another extra point. Ball spotted, kick is away, plenty, long enough, and it is good. Strath Haven adding to the lead, 49-6, 9:04 to go here in the 4th quarter. Be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
Want to have your kids get involved in the fastest growing youth sport in America? Non-contact flag football is here in Wallingford at Fisher's Finest Flag Football. Boys and girls in 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grades are eligible. Adult coaching for each team assures that each child is taught proper football techniques and skills. Get involved in flag football. Sign up for learning camps in spring 2026. Go to fishersfinest13.com for more information.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to High School.
Welcome back to Radnor High, Strath Haven. 49, Radnor 6 with about 8 minutes and counting to go here in the 4th. Just another phenomenal performance from this offensive line. Tight ends, the backs all block for each other. And just incredible to watch.
You know what we've said in the past? This may not be the biggest Havens team we've ever seen, but I bet you this is the fastest Haven team we've ever seen.
It's up there. It's up there. For overall team speed, they're in the conversation. Steyer, another adrenaline-filled kick. This one, he's gotten stronger as the nights have gone on. That one's 6 or 7 yards deep for his 3rd touchback of the night. Incredible. And, Panther defense now will have, some substitutions perhaps. All right. Jack Deskus on the field momentarily, but now checking out. Van Wendel into the game. He'll be a corner to the far side. Derek Bradley stays in as a free safety. Mudrick in there as a linebacker. Tyler Slaughter, defensive tackle. John Riley, defensive end. Mudrick now shifts to defensive end. All right, here we go. Burke and Haley still in there at linebacker. Yosef Ali joins them. Give inside is to Tom Zach, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. Yosef Ali with a tackle for loss. Perhaps we'll see where they spot this. They may actually give him a yard of forward progress. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 upcoming now for Tom Zach. Panthers making a statement tonight against a Radnor defense that hadn't been scored on since week 1. Here, 3 wide receivers once again. Blyan slot to the near side. Split to this near side is Mike Enright. Give inside, and down goes Ruggieri very quickly. Crashing through there. In the middle is Patrick Burke for a stop after a short gain of maybe 2. 3rd and call it 8. They'll say 1 yard for Ruggieri. 7 carries for just 23 yards on the night. Tom Zach, 10 carries for just 16. Tough sledding here for the Radnor rush offense. And now on 3rd and 8, Enright at the bottom of your screen, singled up with Grayson LaFrance. Kell on top of Blyan here on the near side. And they look to the far side instead, dump it to the flat to the wingback, and Yosef Ali and Van Wendel combine on the stop. Duncan on the grab gains maybe a yard or so. Clock continues to shrink. 5:15 to go here in the 4th quarter, and the punt team comes on, another 3 and out. That, believe it or not, is the first completion of the second half for Riley. They gained just 2 yards on the play, second catch of the night for Duncan. And this Panther defense in the second half has been phenomenal. Juggling the snap as Riley does get it away. Wobbler angling towards Kell, who makes a fair catch. Good, safe play right there. And now the Panthers with mass substitutions up front. All right, here we go. Into the game on the offensive line, Makai Green Robinson, wearing number 68. Logan Knobb in there at tight end. 67 is Nick Leggio. Slaughter will stay in there as a tight end. Number 25, Jordan Alexander, checks in as well. And a couple other new faces up front. J.P. Redmond will play one of the tackle spots. Mike Maps in there on the offensive line. Plunkett stays in as your quarterback. Alexander, tight end to this near side. Connor Kelly, wing to the far side. Plunkett on first down, give inside, and pushing his way for a few is Jack Deskus out to the 48-yard line. Gain of a couple for the sophomore. So these end up being important minutes, Pete. These guys that get snaps at the end of a varsity game, the lights really aren't as bright when they're needed next year.
Yeah, these sophomores in the game right now are getting some good experience, and they like to score too. They like to see if they can put some points on the board. Let's see if they do.
Zach Aritz at left tackle now as well. Gives to Bradley. He's met in the backfield but sheds a tackle. He's pulling away. Bradley across the 35-yard line. He was a shoestring away from breaking another one. Down to the 32-yard line for another Panther first down.
You know what? When Bradley turns the corner, Brian, he's as fast as anybody on the squad. Probably the fastest guy from a straight run.
Yeah, there's not much argument there. He is got speed to burn. Bradley checks out after another 20-yard run. 64 yards on just 3 totes tonight. And on 1st and 10, they give inside. Cutting it back is Connor Kelly for maybe a yard. Maybe a yard before he's met there by Chris Duncan and friends for Radnor. So Kelly dropped in the back, did well to get out of the backfield. Brady Nangle checks out of the game. Also into the game now, Christian DeShields. He lines up in the backfield alongside of Deskus on 2nd down and 9. 9 in the box for Radnor. And they go sweep to this near side. Room on the cutback here. And pulling away is Kelly. Needs a block and gets it. Cuts inside and takes it to the house. How about that for a 32-yard run and your first varsity touchdown, Connor Kelly.
32 yards for number 32.
Great.
Out, changed directions a couple of times. Got a very nice block from Christian DeShields downfield. And Kelly adds to the fun here with 1:40 and counting to go here in regulation. On for another extra point here.
Steyer's going to have to ice his leg tonight.
Steyer has been one of the busier guys on the field. Here's another extra point, up and good. Steyer, 8 for 8 on the extra point tries with just over a minute to go. Stick with us. Be back in 30 seconds. You're listening live to High School Football on havenfootball.net.
Family Senior Home Care is owned by a Strath Haven family, the Glowackies. We provide in-home care assistance with all activities of daily living, personal care, transportation, mobility assistance, light housekeeping, and meal preparation. We also offer personal care, including hygiene, companion care, and medication reminders. Alzheimer's and dementia care, along with short-term respite care, are also available. Schedule your free consultation at 610-719-3223 or go to our website at secondfamily.com.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
We are under 30 seconds to go here in regulation. I don't know that they want to do another kickoff, frankly. Clock has continued to run here after the scoring play. 19 seconds, 18 seconds. Steyer, I don't know why we'd kick this off, but I guess the officials are saying to go for it. Steyer will walk this one back. The clock is stopped now with 17 seconds to go. All right, here we go. Steyer with 3 touchbacks to his credit already. Wants to tee it up one more time. Here we go. Steyer, high, end over end kick, and this will be touchback number 4 on the evening. And Strath Haven with a convincing 56-6 victory here after, a really, really promising drive for Radnor to start the game. Took it down inside the 1-yard line and couldn't cash in there, Pete, and just, to use the phrase you did early tonight, it seemed to take the wind out of their sails.
Yeah, I mean, they were just moving the ball on the Panthers, and I thought, we got a battle on our hands tonight. And they got down there inside the 1. Once they didn't score, it was like, all right, we held them now. Let's put our scores on and they just turned the game around there, and they never looked back since.
Panthers with 8 rushing touchdowns tonight from 5 different ball carriers, or 4 different ball carriers, rather. And now the Panthers are trying to get enough guys on the field. I think they've got 11. No, they don't. They're 1 short. And so Strath Haven will call timeout to make sure you have 11 guys on the field and get 1 more snap here to go. All right, checking into the game here is number 40, Christian Kaufman at linebacker, and looks like we'll get 1 more snap. Jake Plunkett in there at corner, Van Wendell as well. Bradley is your free safety in center field here, and Radnor will get 1 more snap here with 17 seconds to go. Give inside. This is Ruggieri, who will bang his way for a couple, or is that Ruggieri, or is that somebody? Is that Enright? Is that Enright? All right, Enright with his first carry of the evening on the final play. No, it was Ruggieri, sorry. All right, well, it's become academic. Radnor, a very promising first quarter, but the Panthers weather the storm and then some. A dominant performance from the offense, another phenomenal effort from the defense, and a 50-point victory here in Radnor Township tonight. Strath Haven 56, Radnor 6. We'll be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
Want to have your kids get involved in the fastest growing youth sport in America? Non-contact flag football is here in Wallingford at Fisher's Finest Flag Football. Boys and girls in 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grades are eligible. Adult coaching for each team assures that each child is taught proper football techniques and skills. Get involved in flag football. Sign up for learning camps in spring 2026. Go to fishersfinest13.com for more information.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Jaworski, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, and you're listening to high school football right here on Haven Football.
I'm listening. You're all without a spotter. I'm listening to tacklers and stuff. I borrowed a little what you're doing. Welcome back to Radnor Township here. Radnor on the wrong end of a 56-6 explosion from the Strath Haven Panthers. Their first road game of the season. And ends well for the Silver and Black tonight, Pete.
Well, what can we say? We say it every week. They have all these running backs with speed. They're not the biggest team, but they're quick, they're fast, they tackle great, and they don't turn the ball over. So you get all those things going for you, you're going to win a lot of games. I think next Friday night will be a nice test when we go to Haverford to play them guys. If we play like this next week, I think we can win. But we'll see what happens. It should be a great game.
Absolutely. Haverford will certainly be really likely their biggest test of certainly over the first 4 weeks. I mean, that's not to disparage any of the first 4 opponents. But Haverford, with some pride coming in last year, went 9-1 to share the Central League title. Did not get to play Strath Haven head-to-head, so that was kind of stuck in their craw a little bit to say, boy, we would have loved a shot at them last year. But they're getting their shot this year on their home turf, and Haven will need to match the intensity. They'll need to match the execution, and they will run into a power running attack just maybe every bit as good as their own. So we'll have to
should be a great game.
Really fight hard defensively, and the Panthers can enjoy this one though. They'll have a day or so to enjoy another 400 plus yards on the ground and a bunch of touchdowns from a bunch of different kids. So wrapping it up one more time, thanks again to Mike Friel and everybody at Radnor for getting us set up in the press box and the hospitality here. For Mike Clancy and Dean Michelson on the cameras, phenomenal job as always. We'll get Mike Mayer back next week, and Andrew Kaufman and Pete Fulgenetti doing a wonderful job through the broadcast as always. So we'll get some other things updated on the website in the days ahead. Make sure you jump in and check it out. Your final score from Radnor one more time: Strath Haven 56, Radnor 6. Brian Carroll signing off, everybody. Good night and great football.
This internet broadcast has been a production of havenfootball.net Incorporated. All rights are reserved. Thanks for watching and good night.